Hello, Stephen White for Steve Arts 89. Well, we've all heard stories about Star Wars Galaxies Edge not doing well. There's some damage control, Disney trying to act like it's not. But there's lots of reports from people going that it's not doing well. The answer why is not hard to work out. They spent $1 billion creating a Star Wars land that doesn't have any Star Wars. There's nothing recognizable except the Millennium Falcon. That's it. And they could have just had a Millennium Falcon ride without spending billions of dollars to build this whole environment, which they could have just pulled anything from anywhere and stuck it in there and called it Star Wars and saved some money, because it's not anything that resembles anything from Star Wars. So if you're going to spend all that money, recreate something, recreate Hoth or any Tatooine, any of the planets, any of the environments or ships from the show, and put people in that experience, because that's what people want. They want to go to Disneyland, they want to go into Star Wars, they want to go to that universe, they want to feel a part of it. That's the whole point. So why it's screwed up is not the mystery, but why they chose to go in that direction is what was fascinating me. Why on earth would you take this property, spend all that money, and not use it? It was baffling to me. And then finally I got an answer through someone else's video. I'm stealing all their stuff. Basically, they're thinking from the beginning, which is the whole problem, was they want to create a unique land space that people didn't recognize, so they had their own experience instead of feeling like they were in someone else's experience or someone else's Star Wars. It's bizarre. One of the things that we decided very early on was to build a new place, a place that was not a memory for someone else's Star Wars story. I mean, that level of stupidity just from the groundwork, just from the ground up, is just baffling. I can't understand how that happened, but that's what happened. So that's all explained for you now. I understand how this happened. They spent $1 billion creating Star Wars land with no Star Wars, and they did it because they wanted you to have your own unique experience. Well, I can have my own unique experience at home. I can have my own unique experience in the backyard. I can grab my lightsaber and run out and pretend that's some planet. Um, I mean, I mean, people want to go and see Star Wars recreated, and Disney seems to have recently had a problem with this, because they did the same thing with the whole Little Mermaid drama. Instead of recreating the cartoon exactly in live action like they did with Mulan, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, now The Lion King, they decided to do something different. And then they wonder why people who are attached to that image are now like, that's not Ariel. Who is that? She's gorgeous, she's cute, she can sing, whatever. I mean, God, give the girl her own show. Build a movie around her. She has enough talent to carry a movie, I'm sure. But she's not Ariel, because Ariel's a white, redheaded. It's that simple. It's not racism. It's not complicated. It's just that simple. She doesn't look like Ariel. It's like when they did Star Trek Discovery, and nothing looked like Star Trek. The ships, the uniforms, the characters were already established, because it wasn't Star Trek. They didn't have the license. Disney has the license. They just wanted to do something different. Well, okay, that's your choice, but don't expect people who are attached to the original to have any any impulse to see it, and if they did before that, have a lot of excitement about it, not to be disappointed and upset now that they're not going to get that experience that they're expecting. That's not racism. That's not horrible, ugly people doing horrible, ugly things. That's a very simple thing. So there's 2 Disney mysteries explained for you in under 5 minutes. So you don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to go onto Instagram and work out why people are so angry. It's really simple. It's not deeper than that. It's not more complicated than that. And the disappointing thing is I'm seeing so many black people just automatically calling white people racist just because they're white, and they don't like the choice of casting and the direction the film is going, purely for superficial reasons of expectations. And you would think these people who have suffered from all this racism all their life would have learnt something from that and not turn around and do that to someone else just like that. But no, that's the world we live in. No one thinks. Everyone just throws their opinions out there and trashes everyone. It's just a shitstorm. But yeah, fortunately I never watched any of the Disney films and I don't care. Although I do get a little bit of a giggle because my niece is really racist. And she loved Little Mermaid, and it is going to piss her off for the wrong reasons because she's a racist. So I'm kind of glad some people are upset. But yeah, I never watched the movies. I'm not attached to it. I'm going to watch them all over the weekend. I've decided to watch all the Disney classics because people are looking at me when I talk about this and they say, oh, I've never watched a Disney film. They look at me like, you're from another planet. I can't relate to you anymore. So just to fit into society and culture, I can't replace not growing up with them, but I'm going to watch them just so I understand what people are talking about. I had the books when I was a kid, all storybooks, a lot of Disney books, so I know the stories and who the characters are, what they look like, but I never actually watched the movies. Except I did see The Lion King once, and that's it. But so I'm going to go watch those movies so I know what people are talking about. And now you know it's all just the mystery is gone. We know why Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a failure. And, well, it's not an absolute failure, but it's not going to perform like they thought a Star Wars theme park basically would. And that's because it's not a Star Wars theme park. It's like a generic science fiction planet theme park with a Millennium Falcon right in the middle of it. Which and they jacked up the prices for everything because they redid so many things in the park to counter all this extra traffic that was going to come that didn't come, and now they're having to lay people off. The seasonal staff it's just a mess. But yeah, I'm keeping this video short. But there you go. Now you know. And if you have any comments, please, I love people's comments. And feel free to subscribe or like this video because I want more people to see it and I want to hear what people have to say about everything because I like talking about stuff. Thanks. Bye.